Back in 2020, Olympus was sold to a Japanese sushi company who had high ideals to make the best sushi possible and cameras on the side. We have so little releases, and when they do release something, it irritates my blood, much like crickets would if I swallowed them whole. So let's talk a little OM system life, where they stand now, and can they recover our hearts.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Okay, we are on a secret. I've devised a way, I did it myself type of thing. Just a side rant, and then we rant about Olympus. DJI with Glimmer glass. I'm just putting it in my old GoPro case. I needed to stuff a napkin onto a bamboo napkin, by the way, so it would fit and stay, and it seems to fit. The only problem is the on-off button is blocked off, so you have to press record, and that turns it on, it starts recording, and then it'll shut off immediately once you stop unless you swipe up, and then we can get back to normal. Glimmer glass, anyone? Yes. Alright, so back in 2020, and don't quote me on any of these dates, I'm looking at like Wikipedia and stuff, and nothing's accurate. October 2020, Olympus is sold to Japanese sushi boys. They had a bunch of nori sheets prepared for the party. A lot of food poisoning at that event, but people lived. And so this company comes out and says, we're keeping it alive. Nobody's getting fired here. How many people were fired? Like 600 that week? A lot. So they keep it going. And then soon after, I didn't even write that down. The Olympus OM1 comes out. Now, that was already in the pipeline. Oh my God. That was the bumpiest. It was already Olympus. OM System, the new company. Olympus was a much better name. They did nothing. They had nothing to do with that OM1. And the weird thing was, it was worse than the EM1 Mark III in a lot of ways. I found the autofocus to be less reliable. That was about it. It looked better in every other way. It had 10-bit finally, 4K 60, but still we're doing like single autofocus. Wow, for slow-mo. Wow, I didn't complete that sentence. Oh boy, he's turning, but I'm not. Oh, and there's a man that slowed the process down. I had to left wing him. On that one. Okay, so the OM1 comes out, and then OM System finally releases a product, and it's called the OM5. There was probably a lens before that. I'll get to those. The OM5 was the worst update in the history of mankind. It did nothing to the EM5 III. Like barely anything. I don't even think it had the new menus. Like it had nothing. But Olympus, they're dead, and OM System wanted to release something. I don't know what that was, how they even put it together. They asked old Uncle Olympus if they could borrow a hammer. Oh, it did not work. A cyclist is passing my slow ass. Safety first, asshole. January 2021, OM System pretends that they had anything to do with the 150 to 400. That thing is an Olympus lens. So far, like, Olympus was sold. Japanese sushi boys took it over, but although they're still releasing products, it was the stuff that was already made. They haven't done anything new yet. The OM5 was the first thing they pretended to do, and nothing changed. Oh, a red light, thank God. So that was a nice lens. It was weird. It was so long. Like a 400 mil, you're talking 800 mil plus a built-in teleconverter that can accept more teleconverters. Our Earth is not meant to see that far. 600 mil is the max that you'll ever need. Some people might need 800. Okay, whatever. You do it if you have to. But really, man, that thing's so heavy for what it was meant to be, and we're losing the spirit of what Micro Four Thirds should be, which is lightweight. Oh, help. Help me. DJI low light performance, leading the industry. So, like, super heavy lens, and it wasn't even OM System that did it. This is the worst road ever built. Ow. So then we start getting the lenses. July 2021, Olympus announces, I just keep calling them Olympus, 8 to 25 Tony 4. The thing weighs 411 grams. Are you micro four thirds or aren't you? We're talking Sony G Master 16 to 35 2.8 weighs 547. It's more, but not like much more. We're talking the 16 to 35 f4 for Sony is 353 grams. What are we doing? I know it's a longer focal length, 16 to 50, but who asked for it? Does anybody even own it? The 20mm 1.4 comes out December 2021. An alright lens, strange. 40mm focal length, street photography maybe? Could you autofocus on anybody? I doubt it. OM System. Decent lens, not great. February 2022. The 40 to 150 Tony 4. 4 Tonys on a 300mm at the end. Who needs it? Who wants it? It's heavy. Is it sharp? Probably. 3D pop? None. Glimmer glass come with the thing? Doubt it. So, like, we're getting pretty bored with your shit. And then your latest release that just comes out, the OM System TG7 frickin' rugged cam. Who uses those anymore? Like, smartphones are rugged. They're like glass-proof, frickin' glass-proof, shatter-proof, drop-proof. You can bend them in time. You can sink them underwater. Like, what are we doing? It changed nothing. Like, literally nothing was upgraded in that thing. The only thing they did was redesign the grip. Yeah, you wait for it. They pretend that they did that for your comfort. The only reason they upgraded that grip was to add the OM System name somewhere. So they made it like sliding over. So they, oh my God. Oh my God. That's a lie. And you're turning. I'll never get anything delivered from you again, DJL. Olympus, you suck. You know what OM System should be working on is that little action cam, the tracker something. That thing had potential. Olympus Color Science, it only had digital stay, but imagine if they kept going with that. It had the worst flippy screen in existence. It literally flipped out and then wouldn't turn around. It teased you. It's a teaser screen. I couldn't believe that thing. It's like, of course it hinges, right? They couldn't afford the Brick Mart hinges. The $3.99 per bunch on that one. So it's like, damn it. I almost bought that thing several times, but stupid. Like, there's no mic jack. How are you gonna put a glimmer glass on it? You couldn't glimmer if you tried. Oh my God. Wow. That was close. Oh my God, you're turning? That should be illegal. Should be illegal. I caught you on film. Not that you did anything wrong, but it annoyed me. Wow, Gail's snack bar is still open. You see that? Probably not. They have like the cheapest food ever, and they never raise their prices, even with inflation. They make no money. I used to buy the club sandwich. It was $1.75. Best thing you ever had. The fries were a little soggy. I'll admit that. I don't think it was freshly cooked, but I forgive you. They do have Olympus sushi in there, by the way. It weighs 411 grams and is $35 per square inch. It just makes me wonder about micro four thirds in general. What direction are you heading in? What is your purpose here? Because all the full frame stuff is shrinking down so small. The Sony ZV-E1 with like dynamic stab that matches anything Olympus will have. It's a huge 30% crop, but okay. Canon R8. Like, we're talking sub 500 gram full frame cameras with like 4K 60p no crop. And then like we're getting Panasonic G9 II, a fantastic camera. I love it. It's almost a Sony A7S III. It's kind of nice, but like it's so heavy. You do have the Leica glass. That's an advantage. Micro Four Thirds with Leica glass, you get the 3D pop without too much toner. It's perfect. It's perfect for the cinema. I mean, the obvious advantage of Micro Four Thirds was that it's smaller, but then Olympus is releasing like Tony 4 primes and zooms that are heavier than their full frame counterparts, with like slightly different specs that no one cares. Like full frame will have a 70 to 200. Olympus is like, oh yeah, we have a 70 to 300, and it's heavier. Uh-oh. It's like, what is the point of your whole life? Just because you get a free sushi buffet doesn't mean you go, I'll forgive you. So I'm not sure what the future of Olympus and Micro Four Thirds is, but OM System has a tough, like they're not releasing anything. I guess it's only really been, what, a year and a half since the OM1 release? I should cut them some slack. Maybe like 2 to 3 years after that, you should have something better eventually. But so far, they're only releasing worse cameras than the OM1. And that's not fun. Just a little side rant. I talked with the DJI rep, asking him why, like, the Action 3 came with these 2 rubber lens protectors. They're rings, and you stack them, and then some guy figured out that you could put a 40.5 mil filter thread and then upscale it to 52, and then you can put filters and lens caps, and it's fantastic. But the Action 4 doesn't come with it, and they don't sell it. Do you have one? Send it to me, please, for the love of God. I'll buy it off you. I can't even buy one. They don't sell them. They only give them away with the 3, and now that filter hack is useless. But are we glimmer-like? Was it worth it? Is the audio even remotely usable with the windy-ass noise and the highway right next to me? Probably not, but it's better than anything Olympus could have done. OM System, I really want you to succeed. I like your OM part. That's a very spiritual sound. Om. Hindus do it. So it's like, okay, I'm with you. Not the system part, that's lame. It should be OM fire. That's terrible. Why didn't you tell me the lav mic was up here the whole time? Oh God. I hate my life so much. I suck at this so bad. My goodness. So, I wish you well, Olympus. Please come out with something. Like, the camera industry on its own is dying, let alone like a sushi company buying one of the camera companies and pretending they know what they're doing. I don't know that they last much longer. I hope they release something, but I doubt it. So join Panasonic or something and move on. So I'm gonna leave. How was the glimmer in your life today? I love this audio. I can just tell it's good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave. Subscribing for more videos. See you next.